Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. It's Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer extraordinary, coming to you live from our offices and studio here in St. Louis. This is episode number 278 of the Immigration Answer Show. I hope you all are doing well. My friend Huli is here. She's on location in BAARG. She'll be monitoring the comments and running the board for us. Thanks to Huli for always having my back. I appreciate that. We'll be here for the full hour answering as many of your immigration law related questions as possible. We just got done. I told you yesterday, we just got done with our day and a half firm retreat. It was very energizing. It was great to connect with our team. Our American team met in St. Louis. Our Argentinian team met in Buenos Aires, and the rest of the team attended electronically on Google Meet. It was a great couple of days and very motivating. If you haven't already, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. We always like to see that. Alejandro is cold in Chicago. It's cold here in St. Louis, but I bet Chicago is even colder. So Huli says she's hot down in Buenos Aires. So I guess it's summertime down there, or starting to be. So it's hot. I'm going to go ahead and get started right away. We got some people in the waiting room. This is your best chance of getting into the waiting room is at the beginning of the show. So don't hesitate. If you want to get in now, and be sure to put your face on camera so that I know there is a live person on the other side. Looks like we have two Ivans in a row to lead things off. So I'm going to go to the first Ivan. Hi, Ivan.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me. So I came on F1 in August 2021, and then I applied for asylum in June 2022. And now I'm eligible to apply for the EAD. But I had a question. Would it be a violation of F1 if I used that asylum-based EAD?
Yes.
Okay. So next question. So if I do use it and then technically violate my F1, when I apply for the green card based on like asylum, would I check like on the question if I ever violated a non-immigrant status, would it be a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And would that be a problem?
Not if you're getting your green card based on asylum. If you're trying to get your green card based on employment, it would be a problem. If you're trying to get your green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, it would not be a problem. If you're trying to get your green card through marriage to a green card holder, that would be a problem. If you're trying to get your green card based on the diversity visa, that would be a problem.
Okay, thank you. Another question. So I've been waiting for the interview for 6 months so far. I know others have been waiting for years, but I kind of really want to get my interview as soon as possible because I think I have a strong case, and I think I just want to get it done since I'm still in valid status. So I was wondering if suing USCIS would be an option in that case, or is it too early?
It's way too early, and I believe they put asylum cases for people who are in status at the bottom of the pile. So actually the fact that you're on a valid F1 hurts your goal of trying to get a faster asylum interview.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's all the questions I had. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Ivan. Hey, everybody, look how Ivan did it. Ivan came in. He said how he entered. He said what his status was. He said what his issue was. He had his questions ready, and he's good to go. That's how we want to do it to make the hour as most effective. So Ivan gets that gold star. Thanks, Ivan.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right, let's say hi to the other Ivan. Hi, Ivan.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
I got you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. So greetings from the Netherlands.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't have a question for today. It's just the last time I was on your show, you asked me to get back and then tell how the interview went.
And how did it go?
It didn't go, and that's the thing.
Oh.
So here's what happened. So I go to the embassy. It's in the center of Amsterdam, and as I'm approaching the consulate, so there's a huge crowd, and I was the only guy like carrying this huge folder with all kinds of paperwork, and then the rest of the people that were just standing there with like a little paper slips, and I thought, am I the only one for the immigrant visa interview? So then as my turn comes to enter the consulate, the security guard is telling me, oh, I don't see your name here for today. What kind of interview are you having? I said it's an immigrant visa interview, and so he said, oh, let me have a look. So he took my passport, then he took my appointment letter confirmation from the NVC, and then he all of a sudden he comes back and says, oh, your interview has been rescheduled, and they sent you a letter or email. And then out of the blue, out of nowhere, there is this consular officer. She runs out on the street towards me, waving with my passport, saying, oh, Ivano, I was so sorry, we had to reschedule your interview. We sent you a letter 3 weeks ago. I said, no, I never received any letter, and I never received an attorney also didn't receive any notification. So it turns out that basically she said, oh, just come back next time, just reschedule, we'll see you again, okay? And I said, all right, fine. So that was the whole flow. And so the courier website that you have to use in order to confirm the date that you received from the NVC, that one, it automatically sends a notification saying that you've registered your appointment. So what happened that a month later, I received the exact same email with almost the same text. And I thought they're just sending me the reminder. And then if you scroll down, you see that they've rescheduled the interview to a week earlier, so the 8th of November, and not the 15th. And to be honest, I think, yeah, it was my fault, but because the email subject doesn't say, attention, your original appointment is being rescheduled. Yeah, anyway, so that was gone, and then it was just very disappointing. But then I emailed the immigrant visa unit, and they were able to schedule me again for November 29th. So that's
that's not too bad.
A couple weeks time. But yeah, so it was like, it's like you go to the exam and then you study all the hard questions, but then you really get messed up on those easy ones that you know the answer for. So it's the thing is, this whole process, it's not, I don't think it is difficult. You just have to wait for a long time, but it's just 3 different websites. You have USCIS, you have Department of State, and then you have the courier website, and you have to coordinate all of that. And then it's just this things like this happen. So anyways,
well, I hope it goes well on the 29th. Let us know, okay?
Yeah, all right. If I'll let you know. I hope that's not going to happen again. But yeah, but I was actually very happy to talking to you tonight about it. So thanks for inviting me.
You got it, buddy. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ivan. See ya. All right. Next up, Rafaela. Hi, Rafaela.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
I appreciate it. I have been here before. So my question is, I applied for my green card with marriage base last September. And I got like my travel permit, my work permit, everything fine. But like in 2021, last year. So I entered online to talk to a person about my interview because it's been like more than 1 year. And the person said that I was waived, like that I'm not going to have an interview. I was waived in 1st July, but I never received like nothing, any updates. And also I didn't send my medical records yet. So... my medical situation. So I would like to know if there's any base for them. It's really true I won't have an interview, or maybe I still can get an interview.
I think we talked about this last time. I think you still might get an interview.
Even if like the chats told me that I was waiving 1st July?
I don't believe anything that they say until you actually have the green card. The only thing that matters is, do you have the green card or not? Until then, everything that they say is bullshit. I don't believe anything they say.
Okay. So probably
I think probably it's waived. But you'd probably rather have had the interview back in July because you'd be done by now. So it just shows you how stupid they are.
Yeah. So problem is just wait the next steps. Should I send like my? I'm sorry.
It's okay. What city? If you did have an interview? Where would your interview be?
I'm living in Newark, so probably around.
Yeah, so I think you probably still have a bit of a wait. I would say if you don't hear something by like February, then you might want to sue them or something. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
in February. Okay.
Yeah.
So should I wait for them if I don't need to send my medical like
Nope.
exams right now? Okay.
Not till they
That's all.
ask. Bye, Rafaela.
I
Good luck.
appreciate. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. That was Rafaela. Let's see if Francois is here. Francois, you with us? Nope. Nope, no Francois there, Huli. Let's say hi to Ahmed Noor. What's up, Ahmed Noor?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Great. I love sit you every day on your show.
Thanks.
This is my first time I come on camera.
Well, thanks for coming on. What can I help you with?
Yeah, I have a question. I get green card this year, beginning of this year, 10 years green card based off my marriage, U.S. citizen.
Okay.
So one of my friend of mine, he said, if you get 10 years green card, you can apply U.S. citizen. You cannot wait until 3 years. And also my wife, she's more than 3 years U.S. citizen.
What's the start date on your green card?
It was February 3rd this year.
No, so did you have a 2-year green card or did you only get a 10-year?
I have a 10-year green card.
Right, but before that, did you have a 2-year green card or no?
No, just automatically they give me a 10-year green card because we married longer than 3 years. We married
But
almost.
So your very first green card, your lawful permanent resident status started in February of 2022.
Correct.
So you have to wait 2 years and 9 months from that start date.
Oh, it's not the best of the 10 years green card?
That's right. You have to have the green card for 3 years and you have to be married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years. So you've only had your green card for 8 months. So even though it was a 10-year green card, you have to wait for it to be in effect for.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
That was easy, Ahmed. Thanks for watching, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right. We like this. We're getting a lot of good, fast questions today. So that's fun. Let's talk to Canardo. Canardo, are you there?
Yeah, hey Jim, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Okay, so I spoke to you yesterday. Basically what I wanted to ask you was, I was wondering on when you're doing the adjustment of status, right? How much should like your income be? Like if your partner doesn't make enough income and she's getting like a joint sponsor, like how much income should you make?
When you say you, who do you mean? The co-sponsor, the spouse, or you?
The co-sponsor.
So if the co-sponsor, here's how I always do it in my head. Are you ready?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, if the co-sponsor is single, then the co-sponsor would need to have made $30,000 a year for each of the last 3 years on their adjusted gross income. So on their tax returns, line 21, they have to make $30,000 a year for 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Okay,
if they're married, then you have to add $5,500 for each person that they declare. So if they have a spouse who doesn't work, then it'd be $35,500 for each of the last 3 years. If they have a spouse and one kid, then you would add $5,500 times 2, so $11,000 plus the $30,000, so it'd be $41,000. That's how I do it in my head.
Oh, because like the thing is, like my spouse, like she haven't been working for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So my mom-in-law was gonna basically like be the joint sponsor, right?
Yeah.
So I was like then wondering if she needs to make like the $40,000 or she needs to make 36,000. So I was just like wondering.
It depends what she declares on her taxes. The tax returns are key, and don't forget that even if your spouse hasn't made much money for the last 3 years, they need to make sure they have tax returns for the last 3 years. So if they haven't been filing taxes because they haven't made a lot of money, they still need to do that before you file.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, so I know that on the internet when I researched it, it was saying that you need to make like 125 of the average.
125% of the poverty guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's how we get to 30.
Okay, then James. So she would have to make $30,000 on average for the past 3 years.
Not on average, on all 3 years.
On all 3 years. Okay, then cool. No problem. So thanks for your help, Jim.
Bye, buddy.
Goodbye.
All right, let's say hi to Ahmed. Ahmed, are you with us?
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for asking. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me and thank you for this great show. It's really
Sure.
helpful. And this is my
Awesome.
first time joining.
Thanks.
So I'm going to be making this real quick because I know that other people are waiting in line. So I want to
Yeah,
make
you're
it as
fine.
quick as possible. Yeah, I currently reside in Arizona. However, my spouse resides back in Iraq. I applied for a CR1 visa, which is a spouse visa. The case was actually created or first initiated back on May 10th, 2021. The case was actually approved back in January the 3rd, 2022, and it was approved by USCIS.
Sure.
The case then was actually transferred to MVC, where I had to fill out the DS-260.
Yep.
The DS-260 was completed back on February 13th, 2022. Since the U.S. Embassy is actually closed in Baghdad, they had to transfer the case to United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. So it was kind of hard to, obtain a visa for my spouse and get to Abu Dhabi. Plus, the processing times were kind of, backlogged over there. So I had to transfer the case to Turkey, Ankara. So the case was actually transferred to Ankara back on May 31st, 2022. And after all the processing and everything, the case was documentarily qualified on July 14th, 2022. So currently I'm waiting for a visa interview to be scheduled. And again, the case has been completed back on July 14th, 2022. The question is, do you think that, I'm still within the timeline, or is it taking too long, or what do you think?
No, I mean you're talking about a couple different things. Number one, you're talking about a third country interview. Third country interviews always are slower than original country interviews. That's number one. Number two, there was that you successfully convinced the National Visa Center to treat it as an Ankara case instead of a UAE case. That also adds slowness to it. Plus, Ankara is a very, very busy consulate right now, so I don't think anything's going to happen until the early next year, like in the spring. I would say if something doesn't happen by, you said it got to NVC approved. You filled out the DS-260 on February 13th, so I would add 15 months to that. So May 22 is when I would start thinking about suing them.
May 22, May 23, you said?
23, yeah, May 23. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now,
and
if she has an interview and she sits on it, and they sit on it, that's a different thing. But if they don't schedule her for the interview, that's the one thing where lawsuits haven't really been working lately, is when we sue them for a third country interview, and there's been no interview. Those they've just been fighting us on or sitting on.
Okay. And experience-wise, do you think that I would be able to, get an interview scheduled by end of this year, possibly?
No.
No, maybe like early next year, I would say.
I think you should be hoping for March.
March. Okay, cool. Perfect. That would be all. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Jim.
Ahmed. Good luck, buddy.
Yep. Thank you.
See ya. All right. Next up, Ifeoma's here. Hi, Ifeoma. You're on mute.
Oh, okay, great. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So my mom got an approval notice for I-130 for my dad last year. Between last year and this year, we're able to pay the fees. We filled out the DS-260. We uploaded it. But the problem was with the affidavit of support, because her taxes, the income she makes is not that high. And because she also filed the 130 for 3 of my siblings who are adopted, we were really looking for a co-sponsor, or maybe use her assets here in Nigeria. But the thing is, this the notice was approved last year in September, and here we are in November. So I'm wondering, I mean, we have passed the deadline. I don't know if it's a lost case or we should go ahead and upload whatever we have.
Well, so when you say it's been 14 months, what's the last thing that happened? When's the last time anybody communicated with the National Visa Center?
Okay, we paid the fees way back in August this year, and we started filling
August of which year?
2022.
Oh, so the case is still alive. Yeah, as long as you just can't let a year go by with nothing happening.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's encouraging.
Yeah. Now to your question about should we just upload everything we have? No, you should. That's a great question that people think is a good idea, but it's actually a bad idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down because I want to make a video about that. Should we just send them what we have? That's a great quote. And the reason that's a great quote is because that's what a lot of people do. They just say, I'm just going to dump this pile of documents on them and hope they figure it out. That's not how this works. That's not what you want. And I know that's not what you're saying. I'm not being critical or anything. I'm just saying what we have. Okay. They're not going to consider mom's assets in Nigeria when calculating the affidavit of support. They don't give a crap about mom's assets. Mom could have a castle in Nigeria and nobody cares. The question is, what was her income in 2020, 2021, and 2022? If she didn't make enough money, especially with listing 4 adopted children or 3 adopted children, then she needs a co-sponsor. Everything else is just a waste of time. So nothing's going to happen until you get that part of things sorted out.
Okay. All right. So does a co-sponsor have to live in the same city?
No.
Oh, they can live anywhere in the United States?
Yeah, they just have to be a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. That's right.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. So I'll have one other question. So
sure.
For my siblings, they didn't get approved because I think it was a USCIS. They said they needed more evidence about we had to send them a couple of things, including their birth certificates, school records, but it all came back. They denied them the application, stating reasons like insufficient evidence of 2 years joint residence. That was one of the reasons they stated on the letter they sent in October last month. So I don't know where it stands because for 3 of them, it was the same reason.
So mom's a U.S. citizen, right?
No. Mom is a green card holder.
Okay. And so how did mom get her green card?
I am a U.S. citizen.
Got it. Okay. And so tell me, how old are your siblings?
Okay. I have both of them twins. They are 16 and the youngest one is 14.
Okay. So did the children have birth certificates generated at or around the time that they were born?
Yes.
And obviously your mother's listed on there?
Yes.
Have the children lived with your mother their whole lives?
Yes, since they were babies.
So then what are they talking about as far as not having? Yeah,
in the letter they mentioned that within the period that my mom, the period under review, because I think they have a date that is like from at the time she filed the application, within that period that my mom was in the United States, so she couldn't have been in 2 places at the same time. But that's explainable because my dad is in Nigeria. He has never even traveled. So
what's the date of that denial, if you don't?
This just last month, they sent us a letter.
Can you send me copies of all the denials? I'd like to see them.
Oh, that I would love to.
Yeah, that'd be great. Send that over. That's a very strange denial. It sounds like they might be playing games with you, but send it over and I'll take a look.
Okay. Oh, that's great. So can I have an email?
Mm-hmm. Send it to info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. It's right there on the screen.
Okay.
And then just say I was on the show with Jim. My name's Ifioma. I was on at around 4:20 on Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jim. And I look forward to talking with you later.
Bye, Ifioma. See you later.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. That was Ifioma. Maybe we'll see if we can help her get her 14 and 16-year-old siblings to the United States. That would be fun. All right. Let's say hi to PK. What's up, PK?
Hi, Jim. How are you? I
Great.
see your every day. Your
Awesome.
show. I'm asking about my brother. He get his citizenship through marriage last year, but unfortunately, after citizenship, his marriage is not longer. Like he get divorced. So, if when he is able to marry again, and if he marry to non-citizen, and he can file for him.
So he okay. So let's back up. When did he? What was it? So when he married the U.S. citizen, what was his status at that time?
He is out of status.
Okay. So that's where I'm good. Okay. So your brother is in the United States out of status. What? He's like a visa overstay.
Yes.
And then he marries this person, and the person sponsors him for a green card. That case gets approved. Then they file an I-751.
Yes.
Then they file an I-751, and that case gets approved. And then he
Yes.
applies for citizenship, and that case gets approved.
Actually, I-751 and citizenship, both of he get combo interview and he get approved same time.
Okay. And then how long after he got his citizenship did somebody file for divorce?
It's like his wife filed for divorce after 7 months.
Okay. And so if USCIS came and knocked on her door and said, "Hey, lady, we think your marriage to PK's brother was fake. We think he paid you to marry him to get him back into status, get him a green card and his citizenship. And if you don't tell us the truth, we're going to throw you in jail." What would she say?
He is fine because he has 2 children with that lady.
Okay, that's good.
And
Okay.
he take care of everything.
Yeah. So now he wants to marry some lady from the home country, right?
He don't want to, but like family say you have to marry for you can't stay rest of the life alone, and so
Got it.
family told marry some culture and like.
Got it. So to me,
family
PK,
wants to marry.
yeah, to me, the whole thing, PK, is whether or not your brother knew the person he's going to marry back in the old days. If he didn't, that's better, because if he knew them back in the old days, then they're going to think that was his secret spouse all along, and that this thing in America was just to get him his citizenship. And now he's finally bringing over the love of his life. If it's someone that he's going to meet now that he's already divorced, that's better.
Okay, because he don't know, like family wants to marry, but he don't know who's the person.
That's
it's like
perfect.
Our culture, we don't know.
Yeah, that's good. I'm cool with that.
So he get any problem to immigrant that person to bring over here? Or?
No, but he should hire a lawyer, because they're not going to like it. They don't like it when somebody marries a U.S. citizen, gets their citizenship, and then turns around to sponsor somebody else. So those cases are harder to win. He probably needs a lawyer, but it's winnable.
Okay. And he don't want divorce with his wife, but his wife, she don't want to live with him, and he try to keep both children together, like with them, but he says it's okay to my brother see children and everything, but that happened. It's like not so that good. Hard divorce, but it's normal divorce.
Yeah, but the two kids, like you said, that's his best evidence. So that's all good. Thanks for coming on the show, PK.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right, everybody. Now listen, if you haven't already, let us know where you're watching from. Put it in the comments so that I can give you and your town a shout out. Sheldon's here, of course. Huli is saying hi to everybody. Josephine's here. Calypso Girl, of course. Josephine's in Minnesota. We've got Ifeoma came on from Nigeria. Wee's here from Fort Myers. Hey, Fort Myers was a question on Jeopardy yesterday, so I had a good laugh, and I thought of you when I saw that. Let's see. Virginia. Pam's in Virginia. We got Salt Lake City. Alejandra is in cold-ass Chicago. Still not Namibia. We still don't have anybody from Namibia. We got New Jersey. Wolfgang is in West Virginia. Prince is watching from Maryland. Hori's here, of course. Ahmed said hello. The UP of Michigan. Joe is up. It's got to be cold up there, brother. We got Tel Aviv, Miami, New Jersey. Oh, how about this, Juli? Argentina. Comodoro Rivadavia. Boy, my Spanish is terrible. Juli knows where that is. Yeah, Hori is reminding me when I did a whole show for a month. I might be doing that soon, not this week. We got Jamaica, Boca. Let's see, Sierra Leone, Czech Republic. Wow, we got people all over. Cindy B, we already know she's down in Florida, of course. Nevada's listening. Alabama's here. If you want to come on, Trinidad and Tobago, great. Juli, put some more up there for me. If you guys want to come on the show, make sure that I can see your face down in the waiting room so I know to call on you, okay? Alex has been waiting. Hi, Alex. Oh, there's Vadim. Hi, Alex. You're on mute. Alex, can you hear me? All right, Alex. Let's say hi to Katie Ann. Hi, Katie Ann.
Hi, Jim. So I just want to start off by telling you that you're doing a great job, because there are plenty of us out here that really need questions to a lot of our cases, and we don't really have money sometimes to pay a lawyer to just give us answers to certain things.
Sure, my pleasure. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Great. So my question is, I have a case with USCIS. However, last night I went on to check, and I saw that my I-485, my I-131, and my I-765 says case closed. However, my I-130, that's a petition for alien, that's still saying actively reviewing. So I don't understand.
When did you file?
February 3rd of this year.
And you got fingerprinted?
Yeah, November 6th. No, March 6th, sorry.
Everything's cool with the marriage? No problems with your spouse?
No, we even have a child together.
Okay.
He's a permanent resident. Let me say that too.
Okay, and then what was your status at the time that you filed for your green card?
So I overstayed. Okay. I had a visitor's visa and I overstayed.
Okay. By how long?
I came here July 4th of 2019. And from then I've been here.
And how long till your spouse can apply for citizenship?
I think it's next year or year after next. We came the same time, and he received his green card in August of that year. His mom actually filed for him.
So, I mean, you understand the difference between being married to a green card holder and being married to a U.S. citizen, or do you need me to explain it to you?
I sort of did some digging, and I think being married to a U.S. citizen is more of, let me say, the process goes faster to me.
It's not just about the process; it's about the approvability. You have a problem, and that is, if you're out of status and you marry a U.S. citizen, being out of status is forgiven. If you're out of status and you marry a green card holder, then there's a problem, because you're not married to an immediate relative, so the overstay is not forgiven like it would be if you had been married to a U.S. citizen. So I think that perhaps you know, the Biden team is trying to clear out their backlog. And one of the things we've been seeing is they've been what's called summarily or denying cases without a real interview or without really adjudicating it. So the I-130 can still be approved, because the only question with the I-130 is Katie Ann married to a lawful permanent resident? Was Katie Ann free to marry? Was the spouse free to marry? If so, then the I-130 can still go. But if you were out of status at the time that you filed for your green card, they might have jumped the gun and hurried things up by closing everything out but the I-130.
Right. So do you think I should just wait until they do what they got to do with the I-130 to see what happens?
Yeah, I mean, if you had come to me beforehand, I might have, and I don't want to give definitive advice on your case, because I'd want to look at everything first. And that there are lawyers who are willing to file a case like you just filed. I wouldn't have filed your case. I would have just filed the I-130 if I thought. I probably would have even waited a little while longer until your spouse gets closer to being a citizen.
Yes, Jim. A lot of persons said that. I'm sorry, but a lot of persons said that to me. They were like, why did he file all these stuff?
Yeah. So I suspect that what you're going to get is a bunch of denials of the 131 and the 765 are only valid if the 45 is approvable. And if USCIS has concluded that the 45 is not approvable because you were out of status at the time that you filed, then that can be a problem.
Right. So I guess I do understand. Thank you so much, because I've been wondering what was going on, and I really didn't understand the case close sort of thing. I went on everything to find out what it was about, but I'm so glad I stumbled up on the show today, and I just want to thank you so much for helping me out with that. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, Jim. Have a great day.
Bye, Kitty Ann. See ya. All right, sure. We like it when people say thank you. That's very nice. So that was a heartfelt appreciation. Let's say hi to Rabiul. Hi, Rabiul.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Not bad. And thank you so much for taking me. And this is my 4th attempt, and finally I got that chance. And thanks for that. Anyhow, so I have a question. My wife is a primary applicant, and we applied concurrent filing back in 2020, May 4th. And this year, on last month, actually, in October and September, I-140 approved. And after 1 month, they sent us a notice that the case had been transferred from Texas Center to a National Visa Center in Kansas City, Missouri.
National Benefit Center.
Benefit Center, my bad.
Yeah,
all right. So from that point, they say that, okay, to expedite the case that have been sent, whatever. And after 1 month, we got the initial RFE for $693, right? That is for medical on beginning of October. And we get it done with 15 days and send it out by 15th of October. After that, after 2 days or 3 days, their status came that, okay, they received that on 24th of October this year. And after 1 week, 1st of November, my wife got approval for her green card. And on 2nd of November, she got her card on hand. However, my status is still showing that medical has been received. Nothing has changed. So I'm wondering what's happening.
I know why. Do you know why, Rabiul? I know why.
I don't know.
So Rabiul, I became Muslim 25 years ago. Most of my clients are from predominantly Muslim countries. The hardest thing to do is to get an immigration benefit for a man from a Muslim country. So I'm guessing that you're from Pakistan.
I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a Canadian citizen.
Yeah.
But
your name's Rabiul Islam. So they always slow walk the immigration benefits for the males, right? So it doesn't.
Tell me about that. I mean, I crossed the border 24 or numerous times. Every time I cross the border with Buffalo or Syracuse, I have to be on secondary.
Yeah.
So I know the drill, actually.
Yeah. So I think you're just waiting. I think they're just treating you differently than your spouse. I think that they're going to slow walk it. I think you might be in for a long wait, unfortunately.
Do you have any idea how it might be? I mean, what is the time frame?
I mean, first of all, let's recognize the fact that your case has gone pretty darn quickly, right? Like to think that your spouse got a green card on an I-140. Was it EB1 or 2 or 3? What was it?
2 NWI.
Yeah,
And she's a faculty here. And
yeah, but I mean, she applied May 4th and she got her green card November 2nd. So
May 4, 2020, though, Jim.
Oh, 2020. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not that fast. Okay. Yeah, they're just going to sit on your case for a while. I would think I wouldn't be surprised if it was a year.
Wow. But the problem is my EAD card by which I'm working right now.
Yeah.
And initially it was issued for 1 year, which expired in September last year. And by virtue of 180 days rule, I was allowed to work another 180 days. And after that, I had to inform my employer that I cannot work. So they gave me leave of absence. So I didn't work. And the Biden administration then came with the plan extending up to 540 days. And because of that, I'm back to work again. And that 540 days will be expired in March next year.
So I have a solution to that. What I would do if I were you is I'd sue them for both. I'd sue them for the EAD and for the green card, put it all in one lawsuit. You don't care which one you get first right away. They'll probably just go ahead and finish up your green card case. But I think at the end of the day, Rabiul, you're going to be suing them now or a year from now. So, you've waited long enough. They're treating you differently than your spouse. I would go ahead and sue them now because I think you'll get a good decision in about 3 or 4 months and before the March deadline that you got.
Excellent. So I already contacted your office and somebody named Juan already emailed me.
Awesome.
And probably I'm going to talk to him on Monday or something like that.
Okay,
and
great.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Great. I'll have Huli check in with Juan, make sure that happens.
Thank you very much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Good luck, buddy.
Good evening. Bye.
All right. That was our friend Rabiul from Bangladesh. He's been waiting for a while for that green card. Hopefully he doesn't have to wait too much longer. Let's say hi to Sefi. Hi, Sefi.
Hi. Thank you for taking this call, first of all. I'm calling in because I have a question. So about 16, 17 months ago, we filed a fiance case. It's been stuck with USCIS. We got an RFE for something that we've already submitted. We're currently both together here in the United States. And so we're wondering, would it be better to sue them or maybe start a new case altogether? Yeah.
So when did you enter the United? Are you the U.S. citizen or are you the foreign national?
The foreign national.
When did you enter the United States?
In September.
So September, October, November. Okay. So if after 60 days you were to get married and file for, if after 60 days of entry you were to get married and then file for a green card, I think that you'd be able to stay, you would be able to stay here while that all proceeds out, and you'd be able to get a work card and a travel document in about 4 or 5 months, if not sooner. And you could just do the whole thing here. You wouldn't have to be separated. The big thing is, Sefi, is that you didn't really know this was an option until you talked to this immigration lawyer on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then so you didn't have the intent when you came into the United States to marry your spouse or marry your fiance.
No,
But
we were actually thinking we were going to get approved and we wouldn't have any problems. I didn't even think about, visiting longer than 2 weeks. But now it's like, it's just crazy. And we've been separated for so long that it's just
I've
been
had
tough
this
on the relationship.
I just signed up one of these cases. The couple's getting married, I think December 9th. So I'm a proponent of it. If we can lay out, the relationship. Obviously you've been together a long time. You've been separated a long time. So I'm in favor of this plan if you are. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for helping.
All right. Bye, Sefi.
Bye.
All right. That was Sefi. That's an interesting question. One of my favorite clients, we did this for her. Her fiance case was stuck at the embassy in China. She'd actually been approved by USCIS, had been waiting forever. And she was in the United States in Washington, D.C. And I said, why don't you just go ahead and get married and start over? And that's what we did. And she got to stay the whole time. And they just had their first baby. So I really like it when those work out. You always got to be careful about that because it all comes down to immigrant intent. All right. Let's say hi to Alex. Hi, Alex.
Can you hear
Go
me?
ahead. Now I can. His video is really jerky. I don't think he has much of a signal. Let's say hi to Akeisha. Hi, Akeisha.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So my fiance came in on a K-1 visa. His 90 days expired November 22nd. We got married this past Saturday, November 12th. And we're just wondering what forms do we need to file in order for him to obtain his green card here? And does it have to be done before the 22nd of November, which is when the 90 days expire?
It doesn't have to be, but it'd be better if you could. It'd be better if you could. So it's the 485 is how he adjusts his status. The 765 is how he gets a work card. The 131 is how he gets the travel document, and then you have to file the affidavit of support, which is the I-864.
The I-60. So you said the 485.
That's for the green card.
The 131.
That's for the travel document.
The 765.
For the work card.
And what was the last one?
The I-864. That's for the affidavit of support. That's where you show that you've made enough money to support him.
I-64. Okay, great.
It's 864. 864.
Oh, 864. Okay. And you said it's best to do it before the 22nd.
Yep.
Okay, now because he's here in the country, I know when I did a little research on the I-485 on the for the form, is the fee still the $11.25 for that one?
It's $12.25. It's $1,140 plus 85 for biometrics, so it's $12.25 altogether.
Okay, so it's $12.25. Okay, and you said it's best if we could do it.
Yeah, you make it out to Department of Homeland Security. It'd be good to at least ship it before he's out. I mean, if you did it a year from now, it'd be okay, but it's better to do it now.
Well, we want to hurry up and do it, file out the form, so then he will be able to start working. But we did complete the marriage before the 90 days.
You got the marriage license back?
Yeah, we have it. Yeah, we have it.
So the clock's ticking. You got 6 days, Akeisha.
6 days to get it filed.
Yes, that should be your mindset, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
that's what I figured. Thank you so much.
All right, let's say hi to Vanchi. Hi, Vanchi.
Hey, hi, Jim. Thank you so much. I've been watching your videos for the last 2 weeks in the middle of all my PhD studies. So thank you. I've been trying to do a lot of research, but I also watched your video on the amount of useless information out there in the internet. So I want to make sure that I'm asking to the right person.
Okay.
So I'm about to get married to my boyfriend. He's a U.S. citizen. I live in Michigan. I'm a PhD student here at MSU. This is my 5th year, and everything is going fine. I'm motivated. Recently, another professor from a different lab offered me if I wanted a job position, a postdoc position in his lab by the time I graduate. My timeline for graduation is 2023, anytime between October and December. You know, when you're a PhD student, the date varies, but my I-20, my visa status, everything is fine until 2026. Nice. Now, my specific question is that, you know, I get nervous. I know I haven't done anything wrong, but the system here makes me feel like I am doing something wrong and I don't want to be kicked out. But my question is, if we get married with my boyfriend now in December, and I file the paperwork and I file for everything, so the I-765 EAD, my question is, will that kick my F1 status off right away, or will I maintain my status until, let's say, I can graduate, and by the time I graduate, I'm hoping that I will have that EAD, so I can use that EAD to maybe apply for that job position that I've been offered?
So you're talking a year from now, like October or November, December. Yeah. So first of all, let's just establish one thing. You're not going to get kicked out of the country. You're doing everything right. Okay. So you're totally fine. Okay. That's number one. Number two, you should apply for the EAD and for the travel document and apply for everything after you get married. You should do all those things.
Okay.
In answer to your specific question, you don't necessarily want to use that EAD. So that EAD would allow you to work at like Walmart or the
I don't
grocery
need
store.
to. No.
Yeah. So you don't use it. Get it, but don't use it. Getting
Perfect.
it won't get you any problems.
Okay.
No, even if it did. So one of the dirty tricks that Trump did, Trump and Jeff Sessions did, is they changed the rules to say that if you were to get that EAD and were to work without permission, or if you were to work without permission on your F1, then your F1 status terminated immediately.
Okay.
That's not how it has worked historically, and that's not how it works now. So
Okay.
even if let's say even if you didn't have your work card and you worked now at Domino's delivering pizza, I know that you don't want to do that because you're getting your PhD, but even if you did that, that would all be forgiven because you're married to a U.S. citizen. That's one thing. And number two is it wouldn't terminate your F1 status on the spot. It would have to be done later by a judge or by USCIS. So you're fine like 5 different ways.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Jim. And then the last question is, so now that I understand that I can continue my studies, because that's my my most important goal, right? I've been here studying for a while, want to finish my PhD, I want to achieve that dream, and
of course.
then so I already have my specific F1 issue Social Security card with the restrictions, so I only work 20 hours a week teaching for the university.
Sure.
And I just want to know exactly, so I just want to make sure that when I apply for everything along with the I-130, the I-485, so I'll apply for the travel permit, although I'm not planning on leaving the US until probably I get my green card.
But you're gonna do it
I'll
anyway.
apply for, and I apply for the I-765. Should I still put in the document that I want? Sorry, I'm here. Should I apply on the document that I need a Social Security card?
No, that'll just make things messy. Don't do that. And I forgot to answer one of your earlier questions, which is if you when do you think you're going to get married?
December. We have a date. We're getting married on December 9th. Yes.
Yeah. So if you apply on January 3rd, you should have that EAD, if not your outright green card, before your next opportunity in October or December of 2023. You should be fine time-wise. The EADs are coming faster, but even when they're slow, it's 6 months, so you'll be fine.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know.
So you're in good shape.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Now I can breathe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, congratulations. Hey, Vanchi, what's your field of study?
My fields of study? I'm a veterinarian, but I do biomedical science. So I study. Right now, I'm studying in a project involving asthma in children and how your gut microbiota can basically impact the risk or protecting you from developing asthma. That's what I'm into right now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your hard work. Good luck and congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Jim. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. We'll keep watching your videos. Bye-bye.
All right, go Spartans. See ya. All right, let's say hi to Most. Hi, Most.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I have just a really quick question. I have the I-360 for the VAWA, but that was last year. They approved for my prima facie, and I got the prima facie. But early this in September, they sent me a request for additional evidence. Unfortunately, I did not receive it, so they gave me until like November 7 to be able to reply them with the request. Like if I did not get it, I can send a letter. Like I can request for a copy, but I sent a request. I never got it, and unfortunately too, I called USCIS, and they like a week later they sent me a letter saying I should contact or write a statement and send it to VCS. But up to now, I did not get anything from them. So what do you think I should do?
Well, first of all, why are you not getting your mail? That's the bigger question.
Like I always get my mails, like ever since, but it's only this time they sent me the request, they said they sent me the request for the evidence, but I never got it. But after I sent a e-request for like a copy for my additional evidence. They sent me a letter like describing how I should proceed with the request. So I wrote the statement and attached all the details that I did not receive. I sent a e-request. I spoke to an agent, which they gave me like the name and the agent number. And up to now, like even last week, I called one of the customer service. They said that I should write a letter and send it to Vermont Service Center, Attention Humanitarian Division, and they're gonna get contact to me in like 30 days.
Well, I would be a little bit more urgent about this. I'd be calling them every day because here's the thing. Even though the deadline was November 7th, there's that COVID extension of 60 days. So you actually have longer than November 7th. It's still active. So I would just be calling them every day and say, all I need is a copy of my RFE. That's all I want. Send me the copy of the RFE. I don't want anything else. I just want a copy of the RFE. Keep calling, keep bothering them. You need that RFE, or even ask them what it is that they want, right?
Yeah, because I contact USCIS, but they said I should contact Vermont Service Center.
No, just keep calling USCIS. Now, here's the thing. What they're probably, if I had to guess, knowing what kind of RFEs they usually give, it's probably that they don't believe you had enough evidence of the underlying relationship.
Yeah, okay.
Because we've been seeing that more and more, that they say, yeah, well, we believe the violence, but we're not so sure as to whether or not you've established this was a bona fide relationship with your former partner.
Yeah, because I have all like the statement, like my statement, my psychiatric evaluation, and my witness statement. So I did not get the RFE, that's why I did not contact them. Like I did not reply back to them with the additional evidence.
Right. Well, just keep bugging them because that's your only shot.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And we're going to end the show with our old friend, Henry. What do you say, Henry?
Hey, Jim.
How are you, bud? Long time no see.
Yeah, I've been following the videos and the streams when it's during my lunchtime. See what you have to say. But I was curious just now to when you said to that PhD student, you advise her not to use her EAD until receiving her green card. I don't know if I follow. What's your rationale?
No, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is what she was hyper focused on was whether or not, so USCIS will give you an EAD and allow you to use it even if it messes up some other visa status that you have.
Right.
Like they don't do the independent thinking of that she did, which was, if I get an EAD through this marriage to my spouse and I use it, that would be a technical violation of her F1 status. It's all forgiven. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
But she was just being overly cautious. And I was saying, if you want to maintain your F1 status until the day of your green card interview, which you don't need to do, but if you want to, then don't use that EAD.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks for that. The quick questions I had for you today were kind of separate. So my wife and I filed for an I-130, I-765, the advanced parole, and the 485 last August, and I got fingerprinted September 1st. And I haven't heard anything yet. I know I need to be patient, obviously, but I have been hearing about anecdotal cases of people that where their interviews have been waived.
True.
And I actually asked one of my immigration law professors, and she said that it's not like USCIS policy, but they have included it in stakeholders' minutes. I don't know if those are
true. That's 100% true. Yes.
Have you seen it in any of your clients, or?
I've seen it on the show. I don't know that we've had one in the office yet. We might have had one. I can check, but it's happening.
But it's rare then.
It's rare, yeah. It's the exception, and I think your immigration history is a little bit complicated, so I don't know if they would waive it on yours.
Gotcha. And then, yeah, that's helpful. And then, two quick more questions.
Sure.
The EAD usually comes within 6 months of submitting those files. Usually.
Yeah, usually. You did get fingerprinted or you didn't?
Yeah, I did September 1st.
So my mind is always 5 months from fingerprinting, but some people have been getting it really fast, including people on today's show.
Okay. And then lastly, I don't want to take too much of your time.
You're fine. You're the last caller of the day, so go for it.
So I'm currently on H-1B, and I'm studying for the bar currently. So I know, and I'm kind of running out of time. I'm doing my best, but I was thinking whether an H-1B can ask their employer for how do you call it, a sabbatical leave, or that would be in violation of my status.
Yeah, most likely it would be. When's the bar's in February? You got time.
February.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm working at the same time. If it was just the studying, I would be okay, I think. But
yeah, I would. If anything, I'd ask him if I could work a little less.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't take a leave.
Okay. All right, that's all I had, Jim. I'll try and log in and tell you when I finally get the green card and share.
And then keep us posted on the bar. What are you taking, New York?
No, I'm taking Ohio. It's a long story. I don't want to take too much of your time. But
all right, brother. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Henry. All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow. What time, Huli? Tomorrow at 3:30 Central. So a little bit of an unusual start time. 3:30 Central. We'll be back. And I will see you tomorrow then. Huli, thanks for everything. Everybody, thanks for the comments. And thanks for being here. We will be here, like I said, tomorrow at 3:30. Thanks a lot and have a great day.